some updates coming in from the world, and these are updates coming in on the latest situation with regard to Ukraine. Now, if we see, the first update, of course, is the fact that Joe Biden has, in fact, announced further aid for Ukraine, around $33 billion, which have been pumped into Ukraine as aid by the U.S. government. But now remember that this comes in at a time, this is the third month of the war between Russia and Ukraine, and U.S. President Joe Biden has in fact said that the cost, it's not cheap, that the cost might be high, but it's worth it because caving into Russian aggression would prove to be more costly in the long term. Now, it's not just about giving aid to Ukraine. U.S. President has also said, U.S. President has also proposed that to the Congress that he would seize U.S.-based assets of Russian oligarchs and direct that towards Ukraine as aid.
Signed a request to Congress for critical security, economic, and humanitarian assistance to help Ukraine continue to counter Putin's aggression, and at a very pivotal moment. We need this bill to support Ukraine in this fight for freedom, and our NATO allies, our EU partners, they're going to pay their fair share of the cost as well, but we have to do this. We have to do our part as well, leading the alliance. The cost of this fight is not cheap, but caving to aggression is going to be more costly if we allow it to happen. We either back Ukrainian people as they defend their country, or we stand by as the Russians continue their atrocities and aggression in Ukraine.
More breaking updates from Ukraine, and Russian missiles have struck Kyiv as UN chief visits Ukraine to meet President Zelensky and mediate peace. Now, the attack comes just 2 days after the UN chief actually held talks with Russian President Putin in Moscow. So that's, of course, the visuals of Antonio Guterres in Kyiv meeting President Zelensky. But shortly after this meeting, Russian missiles, in fact, struck Kyiv. And as we know, this is, of course, the third month of the war, and the UN chief is meeting both the heads of the state of the warring nations in order to mediate peace between them. But what you can see at the moment is, of course, the Russian offensive still continues unabated. Listen into what Vladimir Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, had to say following this Russian latest strike on Kyiv.
Російські ракетні удари по Україні, по Києву, Фастову, Одесі, Хмельницькому та іншим містам вкотре засвідчують, ще не можна розслаблятись, не можна думати, нібито війна вже закінчується, нам ще потрібно боротись, ще потрібно гнати окупантів.